였다니까? 나 진짜
An entirely unexpected confession emerged from one of the BTS members, Jungkook. In a live broadcast on the Weverse platform held yesterday, millions of fans were stunned when Jungkook honestly revealed the feelings he had kept all this time. In a serious tone, he stated that he felt jealous when learning that Taehyung and Jimin had spent time together swimming at the beach. "I felt jealous seeing you two swimming at the beach together. It even made me feel sad yesterday," said Jungkook in a moment that instantly became the spotlight. The short yet emotional statement immediately triggered a massive reaction from fans around the world. A big question immediately arose in the minds of the public. Why did Jungkook feel the need to express that feeling in front of millions of viewers? The statement not only showed the honest side of an idol, but also revealed a vulnerability rarely seen behind a global figure like Jungkook. For many ARMY, that sentence sparked emotional shock as well as deep sympathy. They judged that Jungkook's honesty was a form of courage, as well as a sign of the personal closeness that had long been established among the BTS members. Not a few fans wrote of their surprise on social media after the broadcast ended. Many admitted they also felt Jungkook's sadness, and some even judged that the confession showed a human side that anyone could experience, including an idol as big as him. The fandom's reaction was divided between those who highlighted Jungkook's emotional side, and those who tried to interpret further the meaning behind the confession. But one thing is certain: the honesty left a deep impression. The Weverse Live itself initially went on as usual. Taehyung and Jungkook chatted casually, shared stories of daily life, and answered several fans' questions. But the atmosphere changed when Jungkook suddenly brought up Taehyung and Jimin's activity of spending time together at the beach. In a serious tone, he expressed the jealousy that had enveloped him. Spontaneously, Taehyung looked a little surprised, while fans' comments on the screen instantly flooded the broadcast with shocked, sad expressions, and even moral support for Jungkook. The fact that Jungkook dared to admit that jealousy in front of the public added emotional weight to the relationship among BTS members. On one side, it showed a very deep closeness, but on the other side also opened space for speculation about the dynamics of friendship they lived in the midst of the group's busy schedule. The public also wondered, was that beach moment merely an ordinary togetherness? Or did it have a more personal meaning for Jungkook that made him feel the need to express his jealousy? Reactions from millions of ARMY in various countries further emphasized the huge impact of the statement. Hashtags related to Jungkook, Taehyung, and Jimin immediately occupied the trending topic ranks on Twitter and other social media platforms. Many fans wrote messages of support, asking Jungkook not to feel left out, and convincing him that their friendship as three would not change just because of one moment of togetherness at the beach. Some even admitted to shedding tears when hearing Jungkook's voice so sincere and emotional as he expressed his feelings. Interestingly, a number of pop culture observers judged this confession to be a phenomenon of its own in the K-pop world. The Golden Magne, known as a perfectionist and rarely showing a fragile side, instead chose a public space to speak as it was. That showed that emotional transparency is increasingly gaining a place in communication between idols and fans. With this openness, Jungkook not only strengthened the image of honesty, but also showed that even behind the glitter of the stage, jealousy and sadness are real things. For Taehyung himself, the moment also seemed quite surprising. Although there has not yet been a follow-up statement from him or from Jimin, the public judged that their closeness as three would not be negatively affected. On the contrary, this confession is believed to be strong proof that the brotherhood among BTS members is built on openness and trust, even though sometimes accompanied by emotions that are not always easy to express. Though simple, Jungkook's sentence has triggered a long discussion among ARMY as well as the general netizens. Some interpreted it as a spontaneous, full of emotion statement, while others saw it as a symbol of closeness too honest to be hidden. Clearly, this moment adds to the long list of surprising events that continue to strengthen the emotional bond between BTS and their fans. Now, the public awaits whether there will be an official response from Taehyung or Jimin regarding Jungkook's confession. However, one undeniable fact is that millions of fans have directly witnessed the most human side of Jungkook, a great star who is not reluctant to show that he too can feel jealous and sad. In the entertainment world that is often full of image-making, Such courage becomes a reminder that no matter how big an idol is, they remain a human being with real emotions. Jungkook's statement of feeling jealous toward Taehyung and Jimin after the two were seen swimming together at the beach has shaken millions of fans. Yet, one big question arises that cannot be avoided. Was the confession truly a genuine statement, or merely a narrative driven to attract public attention? To what extent can the public be sure that what they saw in the Weverse Live was truly authentic, without fabrication behind it? This issue places the public at a crossroads between accepting the information as it is or re-questioning its truth. On one side, Jungkook's frankness looked very emotional and honest. But on the other, is it not strange that such a dramatic statement was delivered in a public space, in front of millions of fans, as if indeed intended to spark a big discussion? Could this moment be part of a communication strategy, or merely the sincere expression of an idol who felt left out? Fans' reactions on social media showed just how big the emotional impact of the statement was. Many immediately expressed sadness, cried along, even admitted to feeling an emotional wound hearing Jungkook's heavy-hearted voice. Yet, could that spontaneous reaction actually also be a form of emotional manipulation unconsciously created by the entertainment industry? Is it not fair to ask, did this event really happen as we saw it, or only fragments cut in such a way as to bring out a certain narrative? Furthermore, the public also needs to examine the sources of circulating information. Most clips, quotes, and screenshots came from fast platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Not a few also came from entertainment media with a tendency to present dramatic content for clicks and attention. Does this not demand us to be more skeptical? What if the viral sentence was actually cut from a broader context? Can we guarantee that the confession was truly spoken with serious intention, not merely a spontaneous joke later exaggerated by the media? We must also question the motives behind such reporting. Why did news about Jungkook's jealousy spread so quickly? Is this merely proof of the huge public attention toward the personal lives of BTS members? Or is there in fact a party deliberately framing a certain narrative to create sensationalism? Could this moment have been created to maintain relevance, strengthen engagement, or even to shape a new image that is more fragile, emotional, and human for an idol like Jungkook? This phenomenon teaches the importance of media literacy. Every news, especially related to global celebrities, always has the potential for bias. Narratives can be rearranged, emotions can be amplified, and facts can be narrowed. In this case, is the public witnessing a sincere feeling that came out unfiltered, or merely emotional consumption deliberately packaged to create fanatical engagement? What if the public too quickly believes, only later realizing that the news was merely a hoax built to chase attention? The fans' highly emotional reaction also raises another question. To what extent does their emotional attachment make them vulnerable to being manipulated by the entertainment industry? Is it not possible that the sympathy and empathy shown by ARMY are actually the result of narrative play? Does this not demand us to hold back, keep distance, and honestly ask ourselves, are we truly seeing facts, or merely illusions shaped by fragments of information? We also need to reflect again. Would an idol as big as Jungkook, with the global status he holds, truly reveal such personal jealousy in a public space without careful consideration? Did the statement come out just like that? Or are there other layers we have yet to know? If it is true, then the public is witnessing a very rare moment of honesty. But if this is only fabrication, then indeed we are becoming part of a grand scenario arranged by the entertainment industry. In the end, readers are faced with a choice: fully believing what is displayed, or questioning every detail with healthy skepticism. Are we more comfortable accepting an emotional narrative that touches the heart, or brave enough to refuse to be swept away in sensationalism without a clear basis? Are we really sure the confession is authentic, or could it merely be part of a designed communication strategy? The information circulating so far does indeed come from various media: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several other entertainment platforms. Yet, its truth still requires further verification. Here lies the importance of critical attitude. Let us not rush to swallow whole every piece of news circulating. We must always ask, who is spreading this information? What is the motive? And is there valid evidence supporting it? Jungkook's confession, whether true or merely part of a narrative, has clearly given a huge impact. But more than just following the flow, let us pause for a moment to ask ourselves, are we only spectators immersed in drama?